Namo Buddhaya. In the Satasahasrika Prajnaparamita Sutram, the largest sutra on perfect wisdom, the chapter 53rd. The prediction of the Ganga, the goddess. Thereupon a goddess from among the gods of the Gangas came to that assembly and sat down in it. She rose from her seat, put her upper robe over one shoulder, saluted the Lord with folded hands, and said, I also, or Sugata, when I have coursed in the six perfections, will take hold of such a Buddha field as it has been explained by the Tathagata in the Prajnaparamita. Thereupon, that woman took golden flowers and silvery flowers, flowers from water plants and flowers from land plants, and all the requisite ornaments, as well as golden colored and yellow flowers yoked together, and hurled them to where the lotus was. And immediately after she had done so, through the Buddha's might, there stood out, high up in the firmament above the Lord's head, a pointed tower with 4 pillars, quadrangular, well proportioned, enjoyable, pleasant to the mind. And that woman, having made this pointed tower common to all beings, dedicated it to their supreme enlightenment. Thereupon the Lord, having perceived that woman's resolute intention, on that occasion manifested a smile. But such is the dharmic nature of the Buddhas and Lords, that when they manifest a smile, then various colored rays issue from the Lord's mouth, rays blue, yellow, red, white, crimson, crystal, silverish, and golden. The luster spread into endless and boundless world system, and then again returned from there, thrice circulated round the Lord, and then vanished in the head of the Lord. Thereupon the venerable Ananda rose from his seat, put his upper robe over one shoulder, placed his right hand on the earth, stretched his folded hands toward the Lord, and said to the Lord, What is the cause, what is the reason of this manifestation of a smile? For it is not without cause or reason that the Tathagatas manifest a smile. The Lord replied, This goddess of the Gangas, Ananda, will in future period in the star-like eon appear in the world as a fully enlightened Tathagata, golden flower by name. This is the last time that this Ganga, the goddess, has been reborn as a woman. She will, in her next rebirth, cease to be a woman, become a man. He will be reborn in Abhirati, a Buddha field of the Tathagata Akshobhya, and will therein lead the holy life. And that Bodhisattva, the great being, will have the name of golden flower. After his decease, there he will pass from the Buddha field to Buddha field, and he will never be without the Buddhas, the Lords. Just as the universal monarch can pass from place to place without ever during his entire life up to the time of his death, treading upon the earth with the soles of his feet. Just so will the Bodhisattva golden flower and that great being pass from Buddha field to Buddha field until he has known the supreme enlightenment. Thereupon the venerable Ananda thought to himself, all those bodhisattvas, great beings who will be assembled in the Buddha field should be known as the congregation of the Tathagata. The Lord read the venerable Ananda's thought and said to him, So it is, Ananda, as you say, that assembly of bodhisattvas, great beings should be known as the congregation of the Tathagata. In addition, the community of the disciples in the Buddha field of the Tathagata golden flower will not be bound by any measure, and it will be impossible to measure the extent of his community of disciples by saying that there are so many disciples, or so many hundreds of disciples, or so many thousands of disciples, etc., or so many hundreds of thousands of newtons of Kotis disciples. All one can say is that these disciples will be countless, immeasurable, and innumerable and immeasurable. And furthermore, Ananda, in the Buddha field of the Tathagata golden flower, after he has known the supreme enlightenment, these folds which have been enumerated in this Prajnaparamita will in no way whatsoever either be or be conceived. Ananda, where, O Lord, has the Ganga, the goddess, first planted her wholesome root? The Lord, it was in the presence of the Tathagata Dipankara that she planted her wholesome root, raised her thought to supreme enlightenment. and dedicated that wholesome root to the Supreme Enlightenment. It was when, aspiring for the Supreme Enlightenment, she had scattered golden flowers over the Tathagata Dipankara. That was at the same time when I, aspiring for the Supreme Enlightenment, strew 5 lotus flowers over the Tathagata Dipankara. And when that Tathagata, having known that I was endowed with the requisite rules, predicted my future enlightenment with the words, "You will in a future period become a Tathagata Shakyamuni by name, endowed with the knowledge and virtue, well gone, a world knower, unsurpassed, tamer of man to be tamed, teacher of gods and man, a Buddha blessed Lord." Thereupon, when she had heard my prediction that goddess produced a thought to the effect that, certainly like that young man, I also would like to be predicted to the Supreme Enlightenment. It is thus Ananda that goddess has in the presence of that Tathagata Dipankara raised the first thought to the Supreme Enlightenment. Ananda, this Ganga, the goddess, is one who has made the necessary preparations for the Supreme Enlightenment. The Lord. So it is Ananda, so it is, as you say, this Ganga, the goddess, has made the necessary preparations for the Supreme Enlightenment. This is the end of 53rd chapter of the large Sutra on Perfect Wisdom, the Satasahasrika Prajnaparamita Sutram.